Welcome to the next part in my quest in Bavaria, detecting in Bavaria, and today something new again. My friend Marcus, the Schatzsucher, you know him if you watch my channel more often, brought me the Minelab E-Trac. Now, supposedly my XP Deus would break and I needed a machine quickly, and I would borrow this from my friend, but he doesn't have a manual to go with it. How easy is it going to be for me, number one, to use it? Am I going to find anything with it without a manual? Number two, obviously the weight is totally different. This weighs about 1100 grams. And this weighs nearly 2,000 grams, so there's nearly 2 pounds different in weight. The nice thing I like about it is, whoop, hope you can see me still. Is it on? Yeah, okay. Thank God I have an outdoor camera. So the nice thing is it has a power pack in the back what you can recharge, so I like that, number one. The cable is in the stem, so there's no wrapping around it. What I like also, you have a quick open, so you can pull it apart for the length, which is good, and it's very easy to use. So then we turn it on, obviously. So when you're like me, now you don't know what to do. So for me the challenge is going to be, am I going to find anything with it? There's like, what's that? FECO. So I don't have the slightest clue. And you got different jumping all over the place. So I just have to figure it out and see if we can find anything, and I'll show you on the first find. Interesting, but that could always happen, couldn't it? You go to a detecting weekend, you know, your detector breaks, and you have to borrow one, and you don't have the slightest clue how it works, and nor do I have on this one, and I don't have a manual to go with it. So let's see what happens. Today we have still plenty of snow, but the sun has come out, and because of the snow, even though we're at -8 degrees, the ground is still soft underneath. So off to the first find. So the first find came in as this is a nut from a bolt. Very, very difficult to figure out so far for me, but okay, let's carry on. So for beginner or not having a thing, I don't know if you can see, it's like a 35. Now I'm in coin modus, but you don't really know what it is, you know. Now if I go in here, it doesn't give you a sound at all. So I presume it's going to be some kind of iron, but I'm not sure. What else do we have then? The pinpoint function is pretty good. Or it was. So it's right there. So it should be in there. So let's take a look. And I'm going to do a live one. And I presume it's going to be iron, I don't know. Because like I said, it's a high tone, but normally a high tone is something better. But on this machine, I don't have the slightest clue. And that is very freaking annoying, this constant. So I presume it's still in the hole. So let's take a look. Yeah, it's still in there. Another piece of iron, piece of a hook. So, okay, so we know it's iron. So, not sure if I should just get my Deus again, but I'm going to carry on to see if I learn more. Okay, off to the next. Up on this terrain, because it's very steep, and with the snow. Excuse me. What? So I'm going to go to a flatter area, and I think I'm going to change to the Deus. Okay, see you then. I have now changed terrain. Well, this is nice and flat and big and huge, and I was actually right in the back there towards the wood line, and it, as you can see, it goes steep down, and this is actually pretty nice and flat. I've already done a little bit of detecting on here, so I know there's stuff on here. How much there's still here, I don't know, of course. But you never know, do you? So I am going to give it another try with the E-Trac. But honestly, if you don't have a manual and you don't know what it's supposed to sound like, it is very difficult to detect with. I find it anyway, because I don't, the sound and stuff like that it's totally different to mine. I don't know what kind of modes you can put in and how you can change the stuff, so I just have to deal with it. I'm going to give it another try, like I said, today, and then tomorrow I'm going to go over the same spot, hopefully, depending on the weather, and see how much I've missed and so on. So let's carry on. Off to the next find. So, and the first piece of bronze, and it's definitely handcrafted, and there's a difference in, some people say it is part from farming equipment, other people say it's part of a knife, from the handle, from the pommel. So I'm not quite sure what it is, honestly. I know it's bronze, and this one is actually older, because it is actually not industrial made, so whatever it is bronze. So let's carry on. So I'm going to give up on the E-Trac. Without any knowledge of it, I will have to take a look and see if I can find a manual online for it. And what's very nerving, giving me a headache, is actually that constant monotone signal it's giving, and it's very heavy. So for my shoulder, what was operated on, it is I think you would need a harness nearly. So I'm going to go the same path down now. I mean, we can see the track. Again, I'm going to go up and down, see if I can find anything on the same path with the Deus, and I would be very surprised if I do. But I had some signals there with the E-Trac what I didn't dig, and they were so low, and for me I would never dig them, you know. But if on the E-Trac it's low, it's good, I don't know, but the sound was so terrible, and like I said, I don't have a clue about it. So I have to read it, see if I can find a manual and read up about it, and then I might give it another try. But now let's see if we can find something with the Deus on the same path, of course. And the first find with the XP Deus is a debuckle iron. So it counts nearly as iron ring, doesn't it? Okay, off to the next. So, sun is going down now, getting darker, and you can tell the temperature is dropping fast. Well, doesn't really matter, I suppose. We didn't find a lot today at all, did we? So it didn't matter with the Deus or with the E-Trac. It was just not my day, was it? Apart from getting icy shoes. I mean, it's still minus degrees, so, and the snow's sticking to the boots. But there you go. Okay, resume from the E-Trac. Very heavy compared to the Deus, obviously. Very good manufactured machine by the looks of it, and by the feel of it. It seems good quality. What else? I like that it has a power pack. You recharge and you don't need to buy batteries all the time, and so it's environmentally very good. So I like that. I like that the cable is in the shaft, so that's a good thing. So it's always protected. I like that very much actually. For me personally, because I have a bad shoulder, I mean, I'm still trying to recoup from my operation from last year, and there's a big difference. Those 900 grams when you're detecting is a lot of weight. I mean, I managed about 3/4 of an hour with it, and I was so happy to go on to my Deus. It was like a feather walking down. That's what the comparison it felt like, even though I know it's not, of course. Both machines didn't find anything real good today, so it is the ground most likely. It finds stuff. You have to get used to that monotone sound coming out all the time. If you can handle that, or if there's a way to turn that off. I'm going to try and get a manual for it online, and then I'll take another look. But otherwise, if you can turn that off, man, you're going to get crazy after a while. That's a minus piece on that. But otherwise, no, you most likely just have to get used to it with all the machines. I mean, I didn't have a manual, so I cannot give a positive or negative resume on the machine itself, how it's supposed to work. But if you're a beginner, that machine is nothing for a beginner. That machine is for somebody that has detected before, and so on. Or for a beginner that's willing to learn a machine from scratch and the hobby from scratch, but you will be disappointed because you're going to dig stuff you don't want to dig. And so there you go. But apart from that, congratulations to all you people that went out digging last weekend, found some great stuff. I've seen it. Even though I don't do a lot of comments, I do watch you guys, and I really love the stuff that's been coming up lately. And good luck to you all, as always. Carry on and be safe, keep smiling, and if you find something historical, just freaking report it, you know, and give us Detectorist a good name. Until the next time, you keep smiling, have fun, and bye bye.